Hello folks, welcome to yet another rebuild. At the time of recording, we are going to take on the worst team currently in the Bundesliga, and that is currently, would you believe, Union Berlin. They are currently lying bottom of the table with just 6 points, 2 wins, and just behind Cologne, who are on level points as well, on goal difference. As you can see from their form, they've lost the last 5 games on the bounce. And we are going to try and change that and change their fortunes around. Founded in 1966, they have got a fair amount of transfer budget actually, which we are going to use in the first window. And a fair bit of wage budget as well. Wow. They are predicted to finish 10th, so I'm not quite sure why they are struggling at the moment. Enjoy the greatest time in the 2000s. Despite not having won anything for 14 years, they still have got a successful history, boasting a total of 15 competition wins, with their best finish being runners-up in the German top division in 1923. So we are going to try and aim to beat that if we can, and at least do it for the next 5 seasons anyway. And they have also finished runners-up in the DFB Pokal Cup as well in 2001. So there's no cup wins and there's no top flight division wins either. This is their favoured formation. Again, I'm not a fan of it. If you watch my channel for a while now, we don't tend to play 3 at the back, and I'm not going to start now. It's not a favoured formation I do like to use. It's far too defensive and it just allows the opposition to attack you. So according to the president then, he wants to sign players from the lower levels of the domestic game. Okay, weird. Sign players based in Germany. Okay, so that's going to be a must. Sign German players. So they've got to be German and they've got to be playing in Germany. And sign players from the domestic rivals. What on earth is this guy on? Additional objectives. Expand the stadium. Okay, interesting. So at the end of this current season, they want to finish in the top half, reach the latter stages of the Pokal Cup, and be competitive in the Champions League. Want to qualify for the Europa Conference League going forward. So if we're in the Champions League now, and they want us going forward to just... They sound like the Glazers in disguise, don't they? So first up, let's have a look at the finances. Well, they're currently 13.8 million in the red. And we've got 100% of the transfer revenue budget as well. £4 million. A little bit of wiggle room in the wages. Any debts then? Not an awful lot compared to other teams, but probably the size of Union Berlin. Probably quite a lot. 2040 is when it would be all vanishing. But they still owe £42.5 million paying off £225,000 a month. Staffing wise, well below average though. So even though they've got almost a fair complement of staff, they're not very good at all. So that could pose a problem for us. So if we have a look at our squad then, they seem to have quite a lot of players here. If we go by ability, quite a lot of decent players actually. They've got Rani Kadiri, 29 years old, DM or midfield, possibly at DM. Looks pretty nice actually. Very good stats on him as well. That's definitely a person we can build around and then eventually replace. Robin Knock, 31 years old, defender. Somebody we can use for the time being, maybe for a season or 2 until we get a decent replacement. Danilo Doki, 25-year-old defender. Again, another decent one. He's 6'3" as well. Robin Gusens, 29 years old. Left back. Again, another good couple of years in him. With some of these players, I'm struggling to see why they are struggling. Geraldo Becker, 28 years old. Right wing, forward, left wing. Very quick. Wow. Rono, goalkeeper. Okay. In his prime now. 6'3". Good reflexes as well. Good positioning. Bravery, commanding of the area, good. He can jump as well. Agility, fantastic goalkeeper. Juranovic, 27 years old, right back. Okay, we got the back 4 sorted, or back 5. We have got defenders, which is nice to see, and they are pretty decent. Trimmel, 36 years old. Again, another right back. I mean, maybe we can use them. £22,000 a week. I mean, at that age, I'm guessing he's running out next season, yeah. Any high-profile potential players? We have got a couple on loan. Datro Fofana, striker, right wing, Left wing, again, another one. 12 finishing, fairly quick. I like to see what he can do up front, though. And then, wow, £32 million. He's on loan from Chelsea. Yeah, I don't think we will be possibly bringing him to the club. Aronson, 22-year-old midfielder. Again, £34 million from Leeds. I don't like to see loan players if we cannot afford to bring him in. So they're the two high potential players and they're on loan to us. Wow, okay. What's the age of our players though? There's a lot of players 30 and above. We've got Koofman though, 22 years old. Got some potential on him. 13 finishing, fairly quick. Do we put all our eggs in the basket just for him? Yeah, we have got an aging squad though, so that's going to be a problem as well, which won't be sorted out in one go, unfortunately. But let's have a look at the development centre. So they've got an under-19s. Any but decent ability players. We've got goalkeepers out on loan. Winger out on loan. He's 25 years old. Why are we still hanging on to him? So there's a lot of things to sort out. So let's go away and sort out the formation first. And then we'll show you what we've done. Right, with the little bit of transfer money that we did have, we bring in Brajan Gruder, German 19-year-old. We're going to be playing him as a cam. We have got Aronson, but he's currently injured. So this youngster, we're ploughing all our money into him that we've got this season. He's playing absolutely phenomenally at the moment. Very high potential. And he's increasing his ability already. Everything's going up at the moment. I think he's going to be a star player for the future. It does say fringe player on there, but we've locked him in as a first teamer. I just want to see how well he does. And Aronson, he's on loan to us. He's going to go back next season. So in my mind, yes, we could use him. If he gets injured, then yeah, we could use him. But I want to use our own players if at all possible. But for some positions, we can't really do that. But he is our only player we've brought in. But we do lose Trimmel, the 36-year-old. We decided to get some cash for him. He's not going to get any game time. It looks as phenomenal as he is. Maybe I was a little bit naive in doing that, but he has gone to Al Tawan for £375,000. He has played quite a lot for Union Berlin. And probably we should have stuck with him for another season, but we decided against it in the end. They came in with an offer. We decided to take it. And our other striker, Bahrain's as well, he's gone. He's actually gone to Al Ain for £1.5 million. He's got a goal in his first game for him already. He hasn't scored that many goals for us, to be fair. 8 in 33 last season, 2 in 24 the season before that. Well as his stats look, he's 32 years old, and we've got some youngsters in our team now that we could possibly use. So this is our side currently. Gruder's, like I say, is locked in as the cam role as an advanced playmaker. We've got two defenders at the back. We have got Bonucci at the back, but again, he's 36 years old. He's retiring at the end of the season. We want to get some youngsters in and see how well they perform. And at the moment, they're not doing too bad. The results have gone our way so far this season. We smashed Maccabi Berlin in the Pokal first round, 8-0. Then we played Mainz and Darmstadt and we beat them 3-1 each. We are currently lying in second position. I'm really happy with that. We have drawn, however, in the Champions League, Man United, Barcelona and PSV. We're going to struggle to get out of there. I'm just putting it out there right now. Quarterfinals in the Pokal Cup, we're playing Mainz, who we have beaten in the league already. The season preview, wow, okay. That's interesting. We were predicted 10th. Now we're 5th. 33-1 to win the league. Now, wouldn't that be something if we won it in our first season? Season 1's come to a close and wow, look at that result. We finished in second spot. We only missed out on the title by 1 point. Although I don't think we may have won against goal difference, but I think in Germany, that don't they? It's against the each team, results against each team. So we beat them twice, so we probably would have won it. Oh my word. We both lost a game in the final 5 games as well. Although Leipzig did draw the second to last game. Wow. And look at Bayern Munich. They finished down in 4th position. And we finished 6 points ahead of them as well. Right, some results then. So we remained unbeaten right up until the end of October where we lost to Werder. 1-0. Disappointed that game as well. Did we play? Oh, we played Dortmund and we beat them 4-3 away from home. We continue our impressive form. Bayern we lose 2-3-0 and we lost to Borussia Mönchengladbach, but we beat Bochum 5-2 to get back on track. Some really good scores in there. A draw against Leverkusen. Mainz we beat again. Darmstadt. We lose to Hoffenheim 3-2. We did beat Leipzig 3-1 there. Ah, look at that bit there in the March. Dortmund we draw. We lose to Stuttgart and Frankfurt and draw with Werder as well. That's what's cost us, I feel, as well. And losing to Borussia Mönchengladbach there. But we did beat Bayern again. Did we beat Bayern twice? No, we didn't. We lost 3-0. We won 3-0, was it? Yeah, 3-0 at home. We tried to win it right on the final day of the season as well with a massive 5-3 victory over Freiburg. That is a superb season, that is. It really is. To just miss out by a point as well. We can only get better from this. The Pokal Cup, we get as far as the third round, disappointing, losing to HSV. We did beat Mainz, though, 2-0 in the second round. The Champions League, we started off really well, actually. We lose to United 4-1, but we beat Barcelona and PSV. Wow. Then draw with PSV and United. And lose 3-1 to Barcelona. So, did we not... Where did we finish? We finished in third spot, 4 points behind United and Barcelona. So that means we go into the Europa League. And we don't get any further than that. We're losing to Ajax 5-3 over the two legs. Losing 4-2 at home. I'm disappointed we didn't get any further than that. So looking at our squad, how well did we... Wow, we've had a lot of players scoring double digits. So Gruder, in his first season, the youngster, the 20-year-old now, who's showing some massive potential. 17 goals, 9 assists. Our leading goal scorer. Fofana, who goes back this season, unless we get hefty money. I can't see us hanging on to him, the 21-year-old. He did quite well, 16-9. He would be our striker if that was the case, I feel. Volland, 31 years old now, 13-2. Aronson did well as well, actually, 12-12 and 11-2 for Jordan, who's going to be coming back to us at 28 years old. Maybe he can fill in for now while we consolidate the rest of the team. Becker, 11 assists. I mean, who else got the most assists? There's only 2 players getting double digits in assists. Gruder, Fofana, Gosens as well. A goalkeeping position, that will be where we would have to bring in somebody else to the field. So going into next season, wow, a whopping £24 million. And a bit more in the wages budget as well, which is really good. £49 million in the bank as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be greedy. Why not? And say, can we increase the the transfer budget? If we can increase that, then maybe we could possibly get one of these players. Crail as well. How did he do? He's on loan to us as well. 1 assist. Okay, maybe not. I would like to bring Fofana in, but at 26 to 37 million pounds, don't think that's going to be a possibility, unfortunately. So we're going to start off with the transfers out first. We lose a goalkeeper, Frederick Rono. He goes to Cologne for up to £5 million. We also lose Jordan as well. I didn't even realise he was in our club. He was on loan to Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they decided to use an optional fee and pay out £4.3 million for him as well. And Thorsby as well, he was out on loan, and Genoa activated their optional fee at £2.6 million. First up is left or right winger. I wanted to bring in another youngster. There wasn't much out there for a German that was placed in Germany. It was really tough, especially in our budget, at least anyway. And I wanted to bring in a couple of players and a couple of youngsters all the same. He's reasonably quick, 16 acceleration and pace. Very good flair, can dribble as well. Definitely one for the future, I feel. And for £7 million, I think it's a bargain from Cologne. We did spend a fair bit on a striker, however. I did feel like we needed another one. Volland's getting older now. We've got a couple of youngsters, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't think they are going to be able to cut it. And we wanted someone that we can bring in. High acceleration and pace. Finish is not great, but £19 million from Mainz. He scored 2 goals for us in 3 games in the league already, so hopefully he'll improve, and already some of his stats are improving. Finally, after Rano's gone, we had to get another goalkeeper in. Noah Atubolu. Again, we're kind of struggling to get any in our price range, And for £6 million from Freiburg, I think we've got a decent goalkeeper. I think he's going to be our number one. We're going to lock him in. He's got a high potential as well. So hopefully we'll see that grow over the course. And already some of his stats are growing already. And they look pretty decent. So at the moment, we've got a few players locked in. A goalkeeper, our forward, and our left winger. They're the guys we've just brought in. Gruder's still going to be locked in the advanced playmaker role. And we're going to have Schaefer in the midfield. I'm not sure how much he played last season, but if we pick our best 11, Schaefer doesn't appear there, so which is kind of worrying because I want him to play there. He's better than Toussaint, I feel, but it would be interesting to see what would happen if we left Toussaint in there. Pre-season and the start of the league has gone very, very nicely indeed. We do win a friendly cup competition against El Etifak 3-0. But more importantly, we do win the Super Cup. We beat Leipzig on penalties after a 2-2 draw with an 86th minute equaliser from Burkhardt as well. His first goal competitively for our club. Then we play Boutsen and we thrashed them 7-2 in the Pokal first round. Stuttgart, we thrashed 5-1 the first game of the league. Augsburg 2-1 as well, but then we lose to Borussia Mönchengladbach. So disappointing to lose that 1-4-2, but it's still a long way to go. We're into the new phase of the Champions League, in which we play Viking, Dinamo, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Feyenoord, Sturm Graz, Marseille, Manchester United and Barcelona. I don't think you can get much harder than that, surely. United, Liverpool, or Bayern Munich in the Pokal second round, actually, sorry. They're not in the Champions League. We're currently lying in 5th position, 2 wins from the 3, with 3 points being Leipzig. And Bayern Munich are, a win, draw and a loss so far for them. Preview. We dropped to 6th. Interesting. After finishing 2nd. We did lose some big players, I must admit, because of their age and retirement probably as well. So, yeah, we are rebuilding slowly but surely. So let's get into our second season. Hopefully we can defy them odds and finish in the top 4 once again. Well, we seem to have dropped off a fair bit in our second season. We do considerably worse. We lose a lot more games. Overall, it's not too bad. We do finish 3 points behind Borussia Mönchengladbach, who finish in 4th and take the final Champions League spot. But overall, 12 points from Bayern Munich, who do go on to win the league. Leipzig still finished 2nd. They did win it last season. I think they got the same number of points as well, actually. But yeah, not too bad a season. We're still in the European place, which is good. But what is good to see is our new signing, Burkhardt, is 3rd in the Golden Boot race with 21 goals behind Sesko and Guirassy as well of Stuttgart. So how did we fare in the league after we lost to Borussia Mönchengladbach? We beat Dortmund 4-2. Wow. But Leverkusen 3-0. Mainz 3-0. Freiburg we win. We do go on another nice run, 7 games on the bounce, which is fantastic. Then we come a cropper against Frankfurt, and then it's just a downward spiral in the following months. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games lost in the space of, 10, 11 games. That is woeful. We do have a 5-1 battering in there against Augsburg there, so that's good. We do lose to Bayern Munich as well, but we do hold our own after losing to Dortmund 5-2, coming back to beat Leverkusen, Mainz, Freiburg, HSV. We do go on a run again, and then the final 3 games, losing to Bayern Munich in the final game of the season 1-0. Disappointing end to a season, which I think we could have done slightly better. We do, however, get to the final of the Pokal Cup and we play Mainz and we beat them 4-0. A superb result and a very, very good run. Another trophy. So despite finishing 5th in the league, we do come away with a trophy this season. In fact, 2, which includes the Super Cup as well. What a wonderful performance this season from the lads. After Gruder scores, we do get 1 more goal from Burkhardt as well. Fantastic. So after beating Boutsen 7-2, we go on to beat Bayern Munich 3-0 in the cup, even though they did get their revenge against us in the league. Schalke, we win on penalties after a 2-2 draw. Dusseldorf win 4-1 in the quarters, 1-0 against HSV in the semi-finals. The Champions League, we do get a few more wins under our belt, which is good. Viking, we beat. Dinamo, we draw. We lose to Liverpool. and we lose to Barcelona, but we smash Manchester United 5-2 at Old Trafford. That's phenomenal. And Marseille 5-3. That is wonderful stuff. And then we lose to Inter Milan in the round of 16. So we did finish in the top 8. That's amazing. Just have a quick check. Oh, only just though. Who went on to win it? Man City went on to beat Arsenal in the final after extra time. Our new signing, Burkhardt. Wow, what can I say? 30 goals in 50 games. Fantastic. And Alidou as well. Quite good buy. Not improving as much as I would have expected. I expected a bit more. Even potential's gone down a little bit as well. But 50 goals between the pair of them. Wonderful. Garuda as well. He's grown into that role. Massive potential still. 16 and 15. And Becker as well. I mean, he is going to need replacing. At 30 years old. 13 and 19, 32 goal involvements. That's great. And Volland as well. 6 goals in 3 starts. I mean, everybody's putting in the shift. That's for certain. And our goalkeeper, 73 and 49. Okay. And next season, we are going to be given just under £41 million to try and improve this side. I think we could get at least a couple more decent signings here to replace some of the older ones and then improve this side immensely. Once again, we'll start with the transfers out, and we do lose a couple of the older players. Leduni, he's a midfielder, and wasn't sure whether to let him go or not. I think he's around about 28 years old, but 2.2 million to AZ. Schalke pick up Volland for 1.2 million. We do say goodbye to Knock as well from the back for 900,000, and Hoffenheim have poached Prosch as well for 140,000. So additional £4 million into the pot. And our first signing from Dortmund is Felix Mecca for about £14 million. 24 years old. To sit in midfield, he can play in the cam role as well. Suited for both. Got very good potential. Stats look really nice as well with a great first touch, and he's got flair and good technique as well. 6'2", and he tries to kill balls often. So maybe he should be playing in the cam role, maybe. We raid Dortmund again, this time the second team for £10.2 million. Tim Roth, 20 years old, left back. He's going to come in and take over Gosen, who's into his 30s now. Still very, very good players, but he's grown already. He's got a 5-star potential. I think he's actually classed as a wonder kid as well, so I'm not quite sure. But we pick him up for that much money, and I think that's what we're going to have to do going forward, is raid the bigger clubs and take the talented youth off them. I think that's the way we're going to have to go to replace some of these older players and establish a team going forward. We raid Heidenheim for about £4 million, £4.5 million. Jan Nicholas Best, a left winger. I wasn't particularly happy with the one that we bought last season. He hasn't grown as much, but they are going to battle it out between themselves. Whether Best is going to get there ahead of him, I don't know, but he seems to have played the first couple of games, so maybe that is the case. He's got very good stats though. Corners, crossing, dribbling, good at free kicks, great determination, work rate as well, aggression. He's got it all there, so really, really happy with that. £4.5 million seems a bargain. We've doubled his value at least anyway, so if it doesn't work out, then we'll just move him on and bring somebody else in. But that position there, to get someone who's German and actually playing in Germany, is very, very difficult. Finally, from Freiburg for £4.5 million is Kenneth Schmidt. Back up, really. That's all we've got brought him in for. 23 years old. He's got good high potential as well, so maybe he might force himself into the first team. But as of yet, he's yet to do so. Everything's gone smoothly so far. Just the one defeat, and that was in the Super Cup to Bayern Munich, a 2-0 loss. Then we played him the first game of the league, where we drew 1-1. Considering that was a home game, I'm disappointed we didn't do more than that. Frankfurt, we drew 1-1 as well, and Werder, we win 1-0. So we've kind of struggled in the league to score goals. But in the Pokal Cup first round, we win that 8-0. We find ourselves in the Europa League. We've got Lask, Dinamo Kiev, Astana, Ferencváros, Sevilla, Aston Villa and Pogon. I'm going to put my bets on that we should get through this group. We are currently lying in 8th position, 2 draws and a loss. So we're off the pace a fair bit at the moment, but hopefully that'll all change once the season gets into the swing of things. We've drawn Bayern Munich in the Pokal second round. We won this last season, by beating Bayern at this stage. So hopefully that might be a good omen for us. And the season preview sees us go up to 5th. And the odds slashed again to 33-1 this time. Unfortunately, we've got no players there, but there's some big players in there though. Davies, Upamecano, Richie, Kane, Sesko, Musiala, Sane. I mean, it's a world-class Dream 11 that is, isn't it? So, without any further ado, let's get into our 3rd season. We'll come back and assess. Season 3 finishes, and well, we go with the media prediction. We finish in 5th position. Disappointingly, our last 5 games is where we kind of lost our way a bit. 2 points off a Champions League spot from in 4th, but 3 draws and a loss in our final 3 games. That's where we've lost it. 13 draws this season. Wow. We only lost 5 games as well, and that was to Hertha, Bayern Munich, Cologne, Leipzig and Hertha. Twice by Hertha actually. And they finished below us as well. So where did it all go wrong for us in the league then? So apart from all the draws, which seems to be an awful lot, we didn't get off to the best of starts. But we remained unbeaten right up until mid-December, where we played Hertha and then Leipzig, and with 2 losses straight off the bat. We're 5-1 victory over Schalke there, so that's pretty good. 4-0 over Hoffenheim. We did lose to Cologne and then Bayern Munich the following month. So we have a dip in December, January time, but we do come out of it the other side with that 1 loss in the final 4 months. So it's not too bad, but there's an awful lot of draws here that we should really, if we could nick a win, we would be right up there. Despite a disappointing league campaign, we do get to the final of the Pokal Cup and we win it again, and again by 4-0. This time against RB Leipzig, who I think did finish above us but get absolutely punished in the cup final. I mean, 12 minutes down, we're 2-0 up, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's all even. Stevens is up until after the hour, and then Burkhardt just wow, what a finish. He's looking pretty good though, he really is. Granted, he's not grown as quickly as I would like him to, but Gruder definitely is. So we beat Bayern Munich 5-0. So that's the difference, really. Same with last season as well. We beat Bayern Munich convincingly, and we go on to win it. We beat them convincingly again this season, and we go on to win it again. 5-0. Nuremberg 2-0. 2-1 against Mönchengladbach after extra time. Then Freiburg in the final. Wow, what is it about Bayern Munich in this cup competition? They don't really want to win it, do they? But that's our 2nd this rebuild and our 3rd trophy so far. So I've got to be happy with that. I just want a bit more in the league. The Europa League, we are unbeaten in the league phase, which is absolutely fantastic. 5-0 against Dino there. Astana 6-1. We beat Sevilla. We beat Aston Villa. I mean, they are pretty big scores as well. We finished top of the group. That in itself should really tell us that we should be going on to win. But we come against Marseille and we lose by the odd goal at home as well. And 90... Wow, we conceded 2 goals in the last few minutes. 86th and 96th minute winner for Marseille. I mean, that is a kick in the teeth, that is. It really is. Despite doing all the hard work in the first leg, best to get the equaliser, and then we go 2-1 up and then just mess things up. Oh, that's really disappointing, because even though we finished top of the group, we should have gone on and won this. Incidentally, who did go and win it? So if we go to the final, it was Aston Villa, who we smashed. I mean, that is just insane. Squad-wise, however, our youngsters have done pretty well. Our 22-year-old Gruder is grown into that position now. 27 goals, 18 assists. Is that 45 goal contributions in 50? That's mental. Burkhardt as well. Again, 27 goals. It's not to be scoffed at. And I just feel like he's not growing. Let's just have a look at his development. Let's have a look at the minute. Well, I don't know. His finishing's not really improved at all. Some of his stats have gone up though. If we just have a quick look at Gruder as well, because I am intrigued now. Wow, he's growing exponentially, isn't he? He's absolutely, that's a big word. He's grown really well, isn't he? Tom Roth as well. Wow, even better, 11 assists. So we get a lot of goals in. 4 players on double digits with Best and Becker getting the other one. So our front line is working really well. Assist-wise, 18 for Gruder, Mecca 13, 11 for Roth, 10 for Llewellyn. Played a fair few games. A winger, 25 years old. Okay, 19 games he played. Did Becker not play in that position then? He had 38 games. Wonder what happened to him. Injury possibly. He is 31 years old, and Kadira as well. We're going to have to look to replace him as well in the midfield. But while he's pulling them odds, he's still got a year left with us. So I might just hang on to him a little bit longer. Alidou, did he get in the game time? 8, 2 goals, 6 assists. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not brilliant, and he has dropped off considerably. Our goalkeeper, 56 conceded in 51, 15 assists. That's better. I can't complain at all. Right, okay, finances. £64.5 million. We're definitely going to be able to spend that, and our wages budget has gone up as well. Excellent stuff. So once again, let's start out with the outs this season. We do say goodbye to a couple of players. Ibera goes to Hellas Verona for up to £1.8 million. Koofman as well, our striker. He wasn't really getting any game time. We did have a lot of promise for him, but in the end, he never really got used and never really got going either. So he goes to Schalke for 1.2. And we also lose Frederick as well to Austria Vienna for £120,000. I'm assuming he was a youngster. So our first signing from Stuttgart for £28 million. He was our main signing this season. A left back. He can play right back as well, which is going to be quite handy. He's 25 years old, and it's Joshua Vogelman. He's increased his value already, showing great potential. Stats wise, nothing special, but I think he'll be a bit more solid. I think he's a younger version of Juranovic, who's at right back at the minute, but he's into his 30s now, so we're going to have to look to replace him at some point. From the Bayern Munich second team, we bring in Arjan Ibrahimovic. Not the Ibrahimovic that plays up front, but he does play on the left-hand side. He can play cam right-hand side and midfield. Again, we're looking at options. Our left-hand side seems to be the weakest side we've got at the moment, and it's really hard to try and find someone that fits the board's desires for the players that they want in. But for 20 years old, I think he's quite a bargain. 14 million, like I say. He's playing quite well. Currently, he's scored 4 goals for us in 3 games in the Bundesliga, so can't complain at that. Hopefully, he'll seek his potential, whereas the others are really faltering. They're not really growing at all. For another £14 million from Cologne, we bring in Eric Martel. Midfielder, I wanted another backup in midfield. Kadira, he's getting older as well, so he's going to need replacing. I'm hoping with the potential this young lad's got, he's 24 years old, he can slot straight into that role and possibly change it a little bit, because at the minute we are playing with a DM. Maybe he can be that ball winning DM instead, but he can play in that position that Kadira is playing at the moment. And finally from Stuttgart, again, £8 million, we bring in a backup goalkeeper. I realise we haven't got another goalkeeper, we've only got the one, and we wanted just somebody as a backup, and I think this guy will do the job. Dennis Seaman, 20 years old, fantastic potential. Aerial reach and jumping reach is wow, really good. Great determination. He's got a tendency to rush out, but his one-on-ones isn't too bad either, and reflexes. So I think he'll be a very, very good stand-in, and hopefully eventually take over the number 1 jersey. So currently our form is quite well. We only had the one friendly though, which was quite bizarre. I'm not sure what went off there though. But the Super Cup we lose to Leipzig again, this time 2-0. We can't seem to get that back after winning it in the second season. But yeah, we struggled in that competition once more. And then we played Lichtenberg in the Pokal first round. We're defending it for the 3rd time on the bounce. See if we can win it 3 times on the bounce. That'd be really great. Bayern Munich, we beat 2-0 in the league. Stuttgart 4-1 and Dusseldorf 4-1 as well. So relatively, really good start. So in the Europa League, in which we find ourselves in, we play Braga. Dinamo, Malmo, Ferencvaros, Manchester United, Rennes, Bilbao and Anderlecht. I'm expecting us to go a little bit further than just the knockout round. We want to get at least to the quarters, semi-finals, and I think we're good enough to be in the final. Currently lying top of the table, which I'm really happy about. We haven't been able to do that for a while, and we've drawn Kaiserslautern in the next round of the Pokal Cup. So no Bayern Munich at this stage. Otherwise, I'd say if we beat them, we'd go on to win it. So hopefully we don't meet them later on. And this season's odds sees us drop to 6th position by the media. 33-1 with Leverkusen and Mönchengladbach above us. But we are ahead of Frankfurt. So everybody else seems to have caught up with us. But despite having as much money as we did have, finding the right players or the big players that are based in Germany and are German, we're struggling to find them big players because most of the big teams have got the bigger European players. The board don't want that, bizarrely enough. Hopefully they might change their vision coming into the last season. So season 4 then, let's simulate and hopefully come back with a couple of more trophies. Well, one thing for sure, we have got European football next season. We've managed to get ourselves into 4th spot. A good 8 points clear of Leipzig in 5th position. Wow, and Mönchengladbach are way down there in 7th. We do finish behind Dortmund though by 3 points and a further 2 points behind Frankfurt, who finished surprisingly 2nd. So our league form, we started off with the 3 wins and then we were unbeaten right up until January, in fact mid-January, and then it all went a little bit wrong, losing 5-1 for Stuttgart, 5-2 to Bayern, 3-1 to Frankfurt, 5-3 to Werder and a 2-0 loss to Mainz as well. What on earth has happened here? Did we have some injuries? I'm beginning to think we may have lost a player. I don't know, because we struggled the second half of the season when things were going so well. In fact, I want to have a look, see where we are in past positions. Wow, that's where the drop off was. We were top of the table and looking good, and then it just all fell apart. I'm beginning to wonder we've lost somebody. No, nobody was sold. Not to be undone though, we do pick up the Pokal Cup for the 3rd season on the bounce, so we really do love this trophy. We beat Frankfurt, who finished 2nd to this all-important cup, and well, it's trophy number 4, 3rd one in the Pokal Cup. It's just amazing. Along the way, we did beat Lichtenberg, Kaiserslautern, Leipzig, Leverkusen, Dortmund in the semi-final. So I'm just intrigued as to who not buying at. Maybe Dortmund knocked them out. The Europa League, however, we did get ourselves all the way to the semi-finals, losing to Lens 5-1 over the 2 legs. I mean, it was the latter half of the season where everything went wrong. We beat Newcastle, actually, just looking at that in the quarter-finals, 5-4. Poak 2-1. But in the league phase, unbeaten. Braga we beat 6-3. Dinamo 3-0. 2-0 Malmo. 3-0 Ferencvaros. We did draw with Manchester United and Rennes, but beat Bilbao and Anderlecht. We finished 3rd. Unbeaten as well. Lens, where did they finish? They did finish in the top 8, so I can be happy with that, I guess. They only lost one game. That was to Real San Sebastian in the group stage. But yeah, I'm happy that we managed to beat the teams that finished in this top 8 at least anyway. Okay, so we didn't lose to the eventual winners, which is disappointing on its own. Goals from Gruder, 25 from 48, 20 from Ibrahimovic, with 16 assists, 36 goal contributions. Burkhardt as well, 20 and 7, so he's still putting them away, but I still feel we need to grab ourselves another striker. Llewellyn as well on the right hand side, I'm thinking 13 and 15, which is pretty good. Where's Becker? There he is below, 7 and 7, he's now 32. So I think Llewellyn is going to be replacing him if we don't get anyone else, but I do think we need to get ourselves another striker though, it has to be said. Ibrahimovic, is he improving? Possibly. I want to see how Gruder's doing actually, because it looks like he's gone down a bit, which suggests he has. But if we do it overall, I mean, stats still look pretty good though. Our goalkeeper, wow, Tabulo, he conceded 72 and 51. We managed to get ourselves to the Pokal final and win it. We got ourselves to the semi-finals of the Europa League. and finished a little bit poorly in the league itself. However, 72 goals, I'm not going to complain about that. Do we need to tighten up our defence, or do we need to go all out for the strikers once again? I don't know. But our two wing-backs, though, Vogelmannen with 10 assists, and Roth as well, who's looking really good at 22 years old, 14 assists. So delving into next season, whoa, we've only been given £32.5 million, and we are in the Champions League. That's disappointing considering we had 64 million last season. We are over the, well, we have got an extra 100,000 in the wages budget though, so that's an improvement. Is there any debts? Just under £1 million there, and £30 million debt still. We're only paying a very small amount though. But 33 million, it'll just have to be enough. And maybe we may have just to change the formation a notch just to give us that extra push for the title. Right, not much happening on the transfer front. We blew all our money on one player. There wasn't really anybody that was available. We couldn't offload many players to gain more money. In the end, we had to settle for a couple of players just going out very, very cheaply. Just fringe players really that weren't getting any game time. However, we were bringing Maximilian Beer. I did say we wanted to bring in another striker. We're still going with the ethos that they've got to be German, and they've got to be playing in the German country as well. So it was kind of hard. So unless you're going to go for like Makoko, and he looked absolutely insanely expensive. So yeah, we just couldn't afford many of the top players. So we're having to get the youngsters in and hopefully nurture them and make them into superstars. And we have struggled with that, especially on that left hand side. Although our last signing, Ibrahimovic, he's doing rather well. But Beer comes in as a striker, 14 finishing, very, very quick. He's determined. He's got a great work ethic as well. So hopefully he'll do some good for us and hit us on the 30 goal a season mark. Burkhardt does well, but I feel like he's just lacking that extra something. And that final signing, £4 million. We had some spare money in, and I wasn't aware that we had let one of our left backs go out on loan, so it left our left backs a little bit short. Ghoston's gone out on loan, so we had to bring in somebody else. But Ghoston's in his 30s, so whether or not he would have got some game time, I don't know. He would have been a brilliant backup because there's nobody out there. There's only this guy, Marco John, that we brought in. Like I say, £4 million, cheap as chips. We are going to do something a little bit different with the formation this final season. And we're going to push our DMs up into midfield. So we're going to go more attacking. It's a little bit similar to the Aberdeen formation, except we've got a wing back and an inverted wing back. And then we've got a ball winner in the midfield as well. So hopefully that's going to help us a little bit. We have locked in Roth and Gruder. Bears up top as well. And Seaman. We're going to give him a go. This young lad, 21 years old. For comparing with a Tabulu, Tabulu's conceding a lot of goals. He's not as matured, I guess. He is 21 years old to Noah's 25 years. But I feel like he's going to give us something a little bit more youth, especially, I think. And with that in mind, we are doing slightly better, not conceding as many goals. We did concede quite a few in the friendlies. We did lose to Manchester United in a friendly 4-3. But we do win the Super Cup. We've gained that back that we had in Season 2. So that is trophy number 5, I think. Our second Super Cup. So that's a fantastic start to the season. We started our defence of the Pokal with a 9-0 win over Nottingham. Then we played Cologne, Hertha and Mainz, and we beat them. Narrowly, but we beat them. Champions League, we have drawn Porto, Inter Milan, Juventus, Antwerp, Celtic, Arsenal, Salzburg and Young Boys. We are sitting third in the table behind Bayern Munich and Leipzig. Bayern Munich are going to be reeling from losing that Super Cup to ourselves, but we seem to do quite well against Bayern in the Cups. We just need to overhaul them in the league. And we've drawn HSV in the next round of the Pokal Cup as well, the second round. We are up to 5th, and our odds have been slashed to 25-1 now to win the league, behind Bayern, Leipzig, Dortmund and Frankfurt. Leverkusen dropped behind us with Mönchengladbach and Wolfsburg as well. So we're out on our own at 25-1. Well, we don't half like to leave things to the final season of these rebuilds, don't we? We finally win the league ahead of Bayern Munich by goal difference, and I'm sure that's against playing against each other. We've both lost 4 games each, drawn 5 and won 25. So we didn't lose to Bayern. Did Bayern lose to us? Twice. So is that the reason why we go ahead and win it head to head? But 90 goals scored this season, 41 against. Bayern Munich still only managed to concede 24. That's just incredible. But look at their running though. The last 5 games, we won all of ours. Bayern kind of faltered towards the end. A loss and 2 draws, which kind of messed things up for them. Ibrahimovic, the best player in the league. And incidentally, I think he also won, if we do milestones, the German Players Player of the Year. Bundesliga's champions, named in the Union Berlin's seasonal best 11 and inducted into the Berlin overall best 11. He's had a very good season, hasn't he? And he also gets most assists as well, with Luerling not far behind. So let's have a look at our league results then, because we went right up until near the end of October, unbeaten, winning all our games. Wow. That is phenomenal. Beating Bayern Munich there 3-2. Some big scores in there. Dusseldorf, Frankfurt even. We do lose to Wolfsburg, which is surprising, away from home. And we lost to Augsburg as well, which teams we should be hammering. Dortmund 2-1 away win. We lost to Frankfurt away. And yeah, we lost all our games away from home. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. But not happy with the teams we lost to though. But the running that we had, the 5-6 games... Dortmund 5-1, Leverkusen 4-2, 6-2 against Augsburg, Leipzig 2-0, Fürth and then Schalke. Wow, that's a big victory at the end. The defence of the Pokal Cup didn't go to plan, but we've won the league, I don't care. Leipzig beat us in the 3rd round 3-0 after beating HSV 4-1 as well. We kind of dominated this competition. We'll hand it over to Leipzig just this once. The Champions League, however, we do get as far as the quarter-finals. Again, our away form really costing us. So in the league, we beat Porto and Inter. Wow. 6-0. We beat Juventus 6-0. What on earth? Antwerp, Celtic. We did lose to Arsenal and Salzburg. What? That does not make sense after beating them teams there. So where did we finish in the end? We only just qualified. It was Man United that finished top, 8 for 8. We beat Liverpool in the round of 16. That's a big result, that is. But losing to Tottenham. We took the 1-0 lead away with us. And yeah, we just almost made it to half-time. If we made it to 0-0 at that point at half-time, we might have scraped through. Who was it that eventually won it? Let's have a look. It was Man United all the way through. Well done to them. They beat Real Madrid 2-0. Look at the squad for the final time as well. Beer comes in with 28 goals, 8 assists. 22 for Gruder. Ibrahimovic, 20 and 23. Wow, this guy is a beast. Going to have to make a note of him going forward, I think, in their future rebuilds, because he looks absolutely phenomenal. Same with Gruder, actually. Beer's done pretty well as well. Mecca also. I mean, it's a fairly young side. 16 and 19 for Luerling. I mean, that's brilliant stuff as well. 12 and 6 for Nemeka as well. 10 assists for Martel. 11 for Roth. Juranovic, 2 assists. Vogelman, Howard. Oh, he didn't do too well, did he? Vogelman at right back. Only 3 assists. That's disappointing. I mean, everybody's getting involved. Our goalkeeper as well. Seaman did really well. 54 goals considered. And he had an assist. Roth left back then. So how well has he progressed? Want to have a look at Gruder as well. So if we just have a quick look at all time. Stats seem to have gone down a little bit. But so a few have gone up. So which isn't too bad. Like determination. Leadership's gone up a bit as well. And same with vision. Nice. How about Gruder though? Because he was one of our main players, wasn't he? Attributes, if we go all time as well. Wow, he has just improved no end, hasn't he? I mean, it's superb. And also, if we just have a look at Ibrahimovic, see how well he's done. I mean, he's turned into a fine player, up to £65 million value now. At 22 years old, he's going to be sought after. I think Bayern Munich may come in for him, I guess. But let's have a look at his progress then, see how well he did. Wow, he's growing. 22 years old. He's going to be an absolute beast. Staffing wise, we have got the best in the league. So that's a massive improvement from what we had right at the very beginning. So we took him from the bottom of the table to winning the league within 5 seasons, as well as winning cups as well. So I'm really chuffed with that. They have got 100 million in the bank. Have they cleared the debts? They could pay the debts off. They've got 28.5 million left and just £200,000 in transfer debt. So that's not too bad. So we've almost cleared that up. Club Vision, they're absolutely ecstatic by signing German players who are based in Germany and signing players under 23 as well. But let's have a look at any records that we may or may not have broken. Highest league position this season just gone. The first time we've won the league. Amazing stuff. Most points in this season as well. Just gone also. But apart from that, we should be breaking all sorts of records. Highest attendances against Tottenham, 61,000 and £2.4 million in the Champions League gate receipts. Highest average attendance, 25.5. Lowest attendance was in 24 against Viking. Wow. Results-wise, the biggest was 9-0 against Nottingham. Highest scoring match, 7-2 against Bootson in 24. 30 by Burkhardt in the 24-25 season, the most goals by player in the season. Highest average rating, 7.37 by Gruder in the 25-26 season. We've got the fastest goal after 12 seconds by Becker against Schalke in December 25. Most goals in a match was Gruder in an 8-0 win over Permasons in the Pokal first round in 25. Most assists by players, Ibrahimovic, 23, season just gone. Becker also gets the most player of the match awards, 11 in the 24-25 season. And I think that is about it, apart from a couple of sequences. Most matches won in a row, 14. Most matches without losing, 27 games without losing. That is just phenomenal. From August 26 to January 27. Most matches lost in a row, 7. Wow. Oh, that was in 2004. It's not under our tenure. That's fine. Most matches without scoring, 3 in 27. That is about it as well, actually. And the highest fee played was for Beer, £30 million from Borussia Mönchengladbach in 2027. I think he made quite a difference as well. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you've watched it this far, much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button, share the video. Let me know down in the comments as well who you would like to see rebuilt next. But until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.